So you finally decided to start keto. And while Sarah and I have been on this ketogenic weight loss journey for 3 years now, we definitely know how those first days are. And I think that you should be prepared. So in this video, we're going to talk about things that you should probably know before you start keto. We know that a lot of you have been on keto for a long time. And for those of you who are pros at this, you've been at keto for a long time, please leave a comment encouraging others and telling them about your experience. So the first thing that you probably should know before you start keto is that after you start, you might not be able to sleep. A lot of people actually talk about this in our Facebook group and in the comments section that once they started, they feel okay, but at night they're restless. So it's our personal experience that yes, it does happen that you will toss and turn a little bit while your body adjusts to using this new fuel source. Think about putting a different type of gas in your car and then expecting it to run. That's probably why you're tossing and turning all night. It just might be that in the first couple days, you need that time to adjust into your new source of energy, which is now ketones instead of glucose. The other reason why you might not be able to sleep is you might be getting up to go pee 10 times a night, which has also happened to us if we accidentally or intentionally exit ketosis and go back in. That water weight is coming out when you go to pee 5 times in the night. So actually, when I find that that's happening, I get a little excited because I say, wow, I must be dropping some weight right now. So think of it as a good thing. You will adjust, but just give it some time. It's normal. And the next thing you will experience, especially if this is your first time on keto, is the keto flu. This can leave you feeling pretty crappy, actually, and a lot of people, they quit when they feel that way, and that's also because you're switching the type of fuel that your body runs on. And so to feel groggy, nauseous, fatigued, it means that it's working, and you're not eating enough sugar that your body can depend on that glucose, and now you're switching over into ketosis. And so you might feel a little bad.
Yeah.
But luckily, there are ways to remedy the keto flu. And that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, Element. Cheers. Today we are drinking our favorite citrus salt. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't. That means lots of salt with no sugar. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium.
So like we mentioned, when you go into ketosis, you might go through something called the keto flu. Basically, it's an imbalance in electrolytes, and Element helps replenish those electrolytes so that you feel better.
Element is perfectly formulated for somebody that's on a ketogenic lifestyle.
Some of our favorites are citrus salt, orange salt, and raspberry salt, but they are all so delicious.
Sarah and I have been talking about Element electrolytes for years, way before they started sponsoring videos on our channel. That's because when we tried them, we were blown away by the flavor. So if you're interested in trying Element, they are offering our Keto Twins community a free sample pack. All you have to do is pay for shipping. You can click the link in the description and get your sample pack today of all the flavors. Thank you to Element for sponsoring another video on our channel. Sponsors help keep our channel going, guys. And thanks to you guys for supporting our sponsors. So you've done it. You're day 3 into keto and you wake up. You've gone pee 5 times in the middle of the night and you step on the scale. And what do you find? You have lost 9 pounds.
And before you start celebrating, we just wanted to warn you guys that this is probably water weight, the majority of it, which is, you know, it still makes you feel really good. You feel like less puffy. I know when I lose water weight, I feel thinner.
Right.
So it's not like it doesn't mean anything. Just know that the next week after that, you're probably not going to lose another 9 pounds.
That does not negate the progress that you've seen. You've lost weight. You're carrying this around with you, whether it's water weight or fat. But in the beginning, that switch into ketosis, it makes you shed a lot of water. And it's okay. And if you go out of ketosis, you will gain back all that water. Just saying. That's why a lot of people say, I had a cheat meal or 2 or a whole day.
Or 3.
And you woke up 7 pounds heavier. It's because now you're retaining that water that you lost. It's a great starting point to add that to the leaderboard and say, I lost this amount this week. But next week, when you lose 2 pounds, don't be discouraged. It's normal. Next up, we're going to talk about another one that I'm going to word delicately because I don't like talking about this. Imagine that your gut is an ecosystem. And inside this ecosystem, there's billions and trillions of little people in there. And some of them are used to eating carbs, and some of them are used to eating meat. We will call this the gut biome. A lot of these things are used to eating carbs, sugar, bread, rice. They're used to it. That's what they like. In fact, that's all they eat. But when you go into ketosis,
there's going to be some unhappy people.
Yeah, there's going to be some unhappy parts of your gut biome. And they are going to be angry because they're not getting those carbs anymore. So can cause inconsistencies in your gut biome do I really have to say what I'm talking about here? In the bathroom.
It might change your routine in the bathroom a little bit.
Yes. Some of your gut biome may flourish and others may die, causing strange activities in the bathroom. Next.
Emily never wants to talk about these things.
I don't. The next thing that you probably should know, and it might also relate to the previous one, is that everybody reacts to sugar replacements differently.
Mm-hmm.
I personally enjoy allulose. Allulose is 70% as sweet as sugar. It's relatively new in the keto sphere, and that's my favorite type of sweetener because it caramelizes like actual sugar, and I just use it a lot in baking. However, a lot of other people find that they have reactions to allulose.
So this kind of relates to the other point.
Right. If you have a reaction to allulose, it's because your gut biome, it's not used to processing that, and so it leaves it behind with you to deal with later in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And the same is true. People react differently to stevia. People react differently to xylitol. People react differently to erythritol. Some people might eat erythritol, which is another keto-friendly sweetener, and it has a cooling effect to them. Also, if you have it cold in a lot of recipes, it can almost taste granular when you're eating it.
Crunchy.
Right. And so a lot of people, they can't stand that. With keto-friendly sweeteners, you have to be careful. I would suggest buying one and trying it and seeing how you react, and then buying the next and seeing how you react.
You kind of have to really think about how you feel after you eat them so that you know in the future, okay, my stomach didn't like xylitol, I'm moving on to allulose. Okay, my stomach didn't like allulose, I'm moving on to stevia.
Right.
There's usually going to be one that you react okay to. For me, it's stevia.
The other thing we will say about xylitol that everybody needs to know is that xylitol is extremely deadly to pets. It's toxic even in tiny quantities, which means that you cannot let your dogs or cats lick your plate or give them a little snack when you're eating that. So please, keep your pets safe. When Sarah and I use xylitol, we are on high alert. We keep it away. We make sure that they are not able to taste anything because it's just a disaster waiting to happen. So the next thing that you should probably know if you're starting keto is don't necessarily discount things now. If you are new to keto and you're making all of these keto baked goods and sweets and breads and stuff, like you're not going to be impressed by them. You're going to think that they taste off because your mind hasn't been given a chance to forget yet. I've forgotten what a lot of these carb-filled counterparts taste like now.
Yeah.
And so when I try cauliflower and mac and cheese, I can pretend that it's real mac and cheese. That's how far removed I am from it.
If you still have those memories of those pastas, rice, bread, nothing is ever going to compare to it. I think that if you already have that fresh in your mind, nothing's going to replace it, but your taste buds will change over time. I don't really crave sweet stuff anymore. I like salty steaks, things that are rich in fat. Like my body craves that now. I used to be a sweets person and now I've switched to a savory person.
And sometimes when we actually eat sugar, we find that it's cloyingly sweet. And back before we started, Sarah and I used to put 3 or 4 Splendas inside our coffee, every cup of it. And now even if we have like 1 Splenda,
It's too much.
it tastes cloyingly sweet to us. So your taste buds will change. So don't discount anything as of yet. We would like you to give it a chance later down on the line. When your taste buds change, you're not addicted to sweet stuff anymore, you might be able to enjoy a lot of these things. And one way to not be disappointed in keto products, and all these types of things is to keep it simple in the beginning. Sarah and I always say, your first couple months, try to eat simply. That means meat, keto-friendly veg, and butter or fat. If you eat those things for 6 to 8 weeks, you will be more accepting of all of the replacements. You will not be accepting of those replacements if you go straight from normal chocolate chip cookies to keto chocolate chip cookies. You will taste the difference immediately. So if you have that little part in the middle there, couple months, where you're able to forget and then reset your taste buds, you might be more open to keto-friendly replacements.
And if you guys like this video, please give this video a like. It really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm so that more people see our videos. And don't forget to subscribe for more keto lifestyle content. If you guys want to see the video where we talk about the worst diet advice that we've ever heard, you can click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily. And we are the Keto Twins, signing out.